record this meeting, you all should get something coming through. Hi, Tess.
Hi, y'all.
Are you excited about your big move?
Oh my gosh. I'm like, ooh, help me. Somebody help me.
Well, for those of you who live in Knoxville, if you're able to come down and help, I'm sure that she would appreciate it.
Right?
Do we get
try to
extra
hop on a
credit for
plane
that?
and- What
Do
was
we
that,
get extra
Kendall?
credit for that?
Absolutely, extra credit.
Oh, then
Let me know when you're
I'm
ready.
in Knoxville. You let me know.
All right, sounds good. Well, we'll talk what if people locally what they can do to help, for the move if you need anything. We would love to help you out with that. So,
Thank you.
absolutely. All right, well, thanks for coming. We've been working really hard. It's been less than 2 months on this, and so we just wanted to share with you. We have about 19 slides we plan to go through real quick, and we're going to start off by just talking about the background, just to make sure we're on the same page as you to what we understand the program is, what you're hoping to do, things like that. Perfect. I'm letting our last student in. And then we created 3 different logic models. We're not going to read them all to you tonight, but we will provide it to you if you wanted to look over it and see if something could be added or verbiage could be changed. One specifically just about moms and, helping moms in the program. One is specifically for feminine products, and then the other one's for car seats. So that's kind of just the direction the groups went in. So I was like, fantastic. We have 3 to provide there for you. And we won't be able to get through all of it, but the students have been working really hard on, I want to create this educational material, or I want to create this survey for the partnering agencies or for the people who receive services or volunteers or caseworkers. And so we just have a lot of ideas that we've been doing. We had 2 people that were looking at the data and creating some new pie charts with some information that might be helpful for you. We have some other things about things that might be helpful to start collecting later on. Just lots of fun stuff. Keep in mind that this is just a lot of ideas still at this point, and making sure we understand it. And then our ultimate goal at the end of this is just to make sure that we're going in the right direction, doing the right things, and coming up with some topic areas for like specific goals that you might have because there's so much you do, right? And it's really hard to kind of narrow specific goals. You want to focus on staff recruitment, grant writing, getting more car seats, reaching more counties, more like there's so much that you do. And so I think it would be helpful to just narrow our focus to a couple things so we can do those really well, rather than just trying to do a lot of things and, not doing it as best as we can. Oh, that's another thing a group of students did. They researched some local grants in the community and have the links and deadlines and all that fun stuff. So I hope that you're impressed. I'm very impressed with all your hard work this semester. A lot of students have done things that they're not even getting credit for. It's not even an assignment. It's just like, I want to do this. I think this would help. Another thing we want to do is do a class donation towards the end, and we want to figure out the best way that we could do that. And so we're just really pumped to help you. So I'll stop talking. We'll get started. Amber, if you want to share the slides, and I'll give the students an opportunity to share what they had, and we'll try to keep this under 25-30 minutes, so there's plenty of time for discussion and question and answer. Amber, I need to give you access to share your screen. Thank you. The look you were giving me, we're like, oh. All right. All right, so we're just going to give you a class update of what we have so far. And as I mentioned, we're just going to go over a program description to some research we found in the literature and from websites to share with you that the students had, and just making sure we're on the same page with you background wise. Some topics for goals and objectives that we would like to expand on for you for the end of the year. Logic models, surveys we created, evaluation questions, grants, infographics, educational videos, and then we have some next steps that we plan to, accomplish during the next 8 weeks. And then we can just talk about some questions and answers. Maybe if you want to guide us in a different direction or share a new need that you might have that we can put our focus on. So I'll pass it to, I believe Christine is doing this one, or whoever it was. Oh, go ahead, Kendall.
I was just going to ask really quick, what specifically, before I start taking notes, are you looking for, if there's anything in particular, or if you just want me to
Yep, so Kendall, you don't have to take notes on all the stuff we have slides for, but if like someone shares an idea of something we'd like to do, or Tess gives a suggestion on that, or something we need to do moving forward, if you could just write that stuff down. That
Oh
would be
yeah, okay,
helpful.
cool. Okay, good. I
Thank
was
you. So
like, I don't
probably more
need
towards
to
the
write
end of the
notes on slides
presentation.
because we have the slides already. So cool.
Yeah, you
Okay,
don't have to
thank
take
you.
notes on the slide. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, so just some brief bullet points about Helping Mamas Knoxville. You guys were founded in 2018. You focus on supplying essential baby supplies and period products to those in need across East Tennessee. You do this through partnering through over 75 organizations and also participating in community distribution events. You have a very small number of paid staff, so volunteers are essential to the everyday running of helping mamas. To date, even though you guys haven't been around very long, you've distributed over 736,000 baby items and served over 19,000 clients.
Okay, so I'm going to be talking about y'all's needs, and we decided to actually, I don't remember who it was, but somebody suggested that we look at splitting the needs into two community needs versus y'all specific needs. And so for the community, one of the things that we focused on was how many women and mothers live in poverty and the challenges the community faces to reduce the stress of being a parent and trying to get all these donations and everything, and y'all are able to assist in that as well with the community. And then also addressing period product insecurities. Y'all specifically trying to make the supply meet the demand, and trying to also get items beyond just normal things that are donated, like diapers or clothing, different things like that. And also being aware of the quality of the donated items. And you'll see later that we actually have a slide specifically about that. Sorry, hold on one second. Okay. Y'all are able to consistently assist the community by receiving donations and support from the community and your 75 partner organizations, and you can continue to provide those that request assistance and so on through y'all's needs being met.
Hey, and so I am doing the context slide. So this is a lot that we found from just like from Knox County Health Department and things like that, just to provide context for your program. So for a social and environmental context, from 2013 to 2017, 19% of Knox County families with children under the age of 5 live below the poverty line. So diaper and menstrual products cost a good amount of money, plus the 7% sales tax that Tennessee has increases financial strain on low-income families, especially the ones that live below the poverty line. And as we know, these items are not covered by WIC or SNAP. So lack of access to these essential products put families at risk for illnesses such as toxic shock syndrome. And then, of course, you guys provide these products so that these families can move out of poverty and improve their overall health.
Yeah, going along those lines, you kind of spoke of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So like we've illustrated so far, fulfilling those physiological needs so can then help you achieve safety and security. And so Helping Mamas Knoxville basically helps meet those needs so that it can free up people living in poverty and in need to basically achieve higher self-esteem, self-actualization, and better parenting skills.
And Tess, all that information is on like about a 4-page document the students wrote together. So if there's things you need for grant narratives, talking about, theory you use or what the need in the community is. That's more detailed in that document we'll provide at the end of the semester there. So I know that we wanted to address some specific goals and objectives with you. And so this could be something we talk about after class if there's a certain area you want to focus on, and we can make smart objectives for you. But we were thinking goals and objectives along the lines of improving data tracking. So you can have more data to report on when you do apply for grants. And I know some things like age, we were looking at the document, age was tracked in 2022, and it was mainly, I think, younger teenagers with feminine products, and it ended. And so maybe looking at some more demographic items that we could collect, so we have that for grant writing purposes. Of course, increasing our income budget, utilizing the bigger space. So I think that would be really fun, since we're going to be you're going to be moving in the bigger space in about 2 weeks. So we can come up with some objectives to make sure that we're utilizing this space effectively, how we can increase donations, especially with these bigger items, since there'll be more room for storage, increase volunteers since they won't be walking on top of each other so long, or in that crowded space, and then better organization and inventory. We think that that would be a good start for some objectives, and of course we would love to write any other ones about any other topics.
So now we've got, oh, sorry.
Oh, you go.
Okay. So now we've got a series of logic models. We won't go through like every part of every one of them. Jordan, were you doing this one over the baby product?
Yeah, I was just going to say that for one of our earlier assignments, Dr. Wotrine had us create logic models, which is a graphical illustration of the way that each aspect of the program interacts. So from all of the logic models that the class created, we decided that there were 3 main components of your program that could be broken down or explained in greater detail. So first we had baby products. Second, if we go to the next slide, would be feminine products. And then third, we all gleaned that car seats were a major area of opportunity for your team. And I don't know if we want to add anything additionally to that.
Oh, no, I'm good.
So we created a survey specifically focusing on addressing case managers and partnering agencies. So this is kind of an example of what the Google form looks like. I included y'all's whatever your graphic, your info, your graphic. So anyways, it was created on Google Forms to be sent out very easily. You can send a link or through social media to case managers and partnering agencies. And it includes, the first question is a distinguishing question so that when you look back at it, you know who answered as a case manager and who answered as a partner. The rest of the questions are pretty general to both. And they cover demographics, products distributed, overall satisfaction with the partnership, and also has mostly multiple choice questions, a few scale questions, and 2 short answer questions.
Moving forward and distribute themselves and get the data back for free. Oops. Could you hear me?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. So I've never
Sorry.
used, no, I'm sorry to interrupt. I've never used this. So you could distribute this link to Tess and she could share it to people and she'll get all the data back for free.
Yes, yeah. So
Okay.
you can, the Google form, they'll fill it out and then you can open it. Sorry, my dog's squeaking their toy. You can open it into a Google Sheets and it'll organize it all for you by itself.
Fantastic. Kendall, if you could put on your notes, if all the surveys that we do create, if we could get it in Google Docs for Tess by the end of the semester, I think that would be more helpful than just having a bunch of Word documents and stuff like that. So Macy, thank you for that suggestion. And I'll stop talking.
The nonprofit that I work for, this is how we survey all of our parents, all of our community members, and all of that stuff. And it is something that we have found is a really easy way for people to answer questions, register for things, all of that stuff. So This is just kind of a slide of examples, but multiple choice questions like what products do you distribute most often? Sliding scale questions like how effective do you feel helping Mamas Knoxville communication is with you as a partner? And short answer like, do you have any suggestions for us? So this is just a brief example, but yeah.
Okay, next we're going to move into some program evaluation questions that we came up with. And the first one is HMK on track for the $250,000 in grants and monetary donations by 2024. Second one is, are the Wednesday Want social media posts boosting the awareness of needed items and helping the increase of those items being donated? The third one are the amount of diapers, car seats, and feminine products collected meeting the needs of the community. And then the last one here is, what were the top 5 discarded items in 2023? And a sub question of that is, how does the number of items being discarded compare to the reasons why they are being discarded?
Yeah, and just to expand on that last evaluation question, so we really kind of identified that and wanted to answer that as a way to help improve, kind of maximize the types of donations that you guys are receiving, kind of find any ways that donors and people who are contributing to donations can really donate stuff to the best of y'all's capacity, and so that it's getting to the clients and it's actually making more of an effective change. And what we did was kind of use that 2023 item discard list that you guys provided us with, and separated what items and what categories of those items were being discarded, and then the reasons why they're being discarded. And this is just the graphs that you see are just a little bit of a display of what that looks like. Of course, you can see that clothing items were the biggest discarded items. And then a lot of the main reasons why was because they were stained or dirty. A lot of other reasons why, just in general, all of those items were discarded is because they were old, it was expired things, things were used or broken. So we kind of just want to use that as a way to just hopefully provide recommendations or suggestions that you guys can use to kind of relay to your donors, stakeholders, and people like that, so that people are providing you with quality donations. And then hopefully, one thing I think that we noticed was that in 2022, you guys had a list of items that were discarded, but you didn't have the reasons. And then in 2023, you did. So if you kind of keep that record of the reasons, hopefully as the years go on, you'll be able to kind of identify what those reasons are and what those kind of main maybe problem items are that are being donated, so that you're able to kind of effectively figure out a plan as time goes on. So, and then with this too, we wanted to kind of just note that in the report, we'll be able to provide percentages and numbers of those specific categories of items that are being discarded. And then if there's anything specifically that you wanted us to look at within this kind of like subtopic, please feel free to let us know.
So Laurel and I were interested in researching grants that might be a good fit for helping Mamas Knoxville. And so we have a running Excel sheet with the name of the grant, the funding organization's website, a description of it, how much it awards, important due dates, and more that might be helpful. We gave you an abbreviated list here, but we have some more on the running Excel sheet that we're working on. There were 2 in particular that we thought would be a good fit for you guys. So the first grant listed here, the Families First Community Grant Partners, that comes from the Temporary Assistance for Needing Families Opportunity Act in Tennessee, we think would really align with the mission of helping mamas. They haven't announced when the due dates will be for 2024, but we really think this would be a good fit for you guys. Additionally, the grants listed from Costco or lower from the Provident Benevolent Foundation, we think could help with some of your overhead costs. So we did want to ask you, Tess, if you have any ideas on what would be feasible for helping mamas to apply for, if you have any vision for what type of grants you guys would be interested in. We just wanted to get some feedback before we drill into some more of these grants.
Sure. You want me to answer now on those? You want me to answer on those now?
We could
Oh,
probably, oh,
Oh,
sorry.
sorry, I was muted. Sure, if you want to now, that's completely fine while we're on the topic.
yeah, I can. I mean, we are willing to try pretty much anything. We haven't gotten into government grants, even though we do support some government programs, just because we don't have enough staff, honestly, to keep up with all that they ask for data. So you kind of have to stop and look like, is it feasible? Is it worth the time that somebody's going to put into it? They're very, very time consuming, the government ones. So we haven't jumped into that. In Atlanta, they have and have been successful with those. I think this new building is going to be huge, and I mean, I'm already seeing I mean, we've gotten connected with Amazon. They just gave us 2 pallets of donated items this week, and he was like, hey, we'll have some more. So, before already, I wouldn't have been able to say yes to that. So we took them over to the space. It's not completely done, but all the boxes are over there. And then somebody else reached out to me and is donating a bunch of stuff that I wouldn't have been able to take. So that space is huge. We've never tried for a $500,000 grant or anything. I mean, the biggest would probably be 50 and, below. We haven't really gone above that. And then reoccurring grants are excellent for us. We love those. Because it's like you get that program started and then it ends. But, if you can have it for, 2 years, it's really, really excellent. We did just get one, guys, for nursery needs. So we have some forms and I can share those with you. We pulled them from Atlanta and tailored them to ourselves. But we'll be able to do it with 20 different moms and provide those items prenatally. So we'll do a survey before, after. So I can get you guys that. So we're really excited about that because we've been waiting, to get that one going. So guys, car seats, always, diapers, always, period products, always. I'm in the process of doing one. We just submitted the Trinity grant, Women's Fund. I'm doing that one. While trying to plan the Bloom Bash and move. So it's like, crazy. But we're always just trying, you just have to try. That's all you can do is just keep trying. So we're really open to anything. You try to align them with what you're already doing so it can support those things. But I'll dig into this more. So I don't take up y'all's time.
It just popped in my head too, for people who want to donate things, is it, you bring that donated item to the location or you donate money online? Like say if someone wanted to like buy something on Amazon, could they have it like delivered to your location?
Yes. Yeah. We do have an Amazon link on our website and it delivers directly to us.
Oh, fantastic. Perfect.
Yep.
And that's why I think even this, I need to do a little bit more research into it, but this Costco charitable contributions, they seem to just have, when they have excess amounts of stuff, that they want to offload it to nonprofits. So I do think for items like car seats or anything like that, it could be, maybe we could find different avenues of getting the products to you.
Yeah, we've done the small Costco, but not the big one. I do believe they might have submitted something in Atlanta for that one. It could have been that one or Walmart or Target. So I'll look on that. Let me make a note.
And then that's all we have from grants.
So you had mentioned before about doing educational handouts and things when you give out like car seats and stuff. And so I was thinking that either having a link on your website, or you can actually print out some of these. So there's videos, and then there's also already made infographics. So there's, I think the video is for safe car seats, and then there's infographics for safe sleep that you could use. There's a bunch of information here about diapering and like taking care of babies and how to swaddle them. And so I just kind of started finding like educational stuff that you guys could repurpose.
So for our next steps, we are going to work on health education materials for you. So if you have specific topics you wanted us to work on, I know you said car seats. I wrote car seats, period products, diapers. If there's anything else that you think would be helpful, I know you mentioned safe sleep or car seat safety and stuff like that too. So if there's something else that pops in, we would love to make a whole bunch of different health educational materials for you. We're still going to keep working on our surveys. If there's something that you're like, I honestly don't think we would ever use that, please let us know. It won't hurt our feelings. We can just hold working on that. But if you think like, yeah, I would really love to have like a quick, volunteer survey that the volunteers can fill out afterwards, just about their experience and get some feedback. Or, if you really just want to know what the social workers are experiencing, we have surveys that they can do online. Or if you ever have, an intern or someone who wanted to work on it, do like a qualitative interview guide, like your phone call or focus group, we have things like that we've all been working on there. We plan to just complete the data analysis, looking at what you have provided to us and making more pie charts and graphs and, writing out some statistics about what we find so that you can use that for grant reports or just understand your program better. And so know what's working well, what isn't working well for you. Of course, we'd like to just help you create some of those SMART objectives. So again, if there's a specific topic you want us to help you with, we are all on board for that. These are just some ideas we were thinking of there, but it's open to you now, Tess, if you want to just share what you're thinking. Oh, perfect. You're working with an intern right now. Yeah. So what you're thinking, if there's something that we can fix, adjust, you want us to do, you don't really think we should do, we're all ears right now.
No. So just to tell Natasha about that. So moms can come in. They do occasionally come in to get stuff. So we just have things packaged already. We find out what age their child is. So there's kind of like bundles that we can give them. And then we have them fill out a referral form, just something quick and easy, try to make them feel really welcome, and then connect them to one of our agencies so that they're going to get long-term support and that they don't just continue coming back for a whole year. We kind of like to have I would say kind of a buffer, just the case managers who get to spend more time with them and know their situation, know how best to help them and not hinder them in giving these things, enabling almost. So we don't limit, we let the case managers do that. We've had a few ask that. Let's see, gosh, so much stuff, you guys. Really just excited that you guys have taken all this stuff, and it's just, it's an overwhelming that you guys put so much time into it, and I'm really appreciative of that because somebody else looking, from the outside in is super helpful for us because you kind of stay in that like crazy mode. I know that sounds wild, but you're really just trying to push and serve. And you don't think that you need another staff, but you really do need another staff. And when you get them, you need another staff. So it's great to see these things and to see how we can be more efficient and serve better in the community. So, all good things. grants, truly, we don't have a grant writer, so we write those in the spare time of things. So we do not have a set limit of how many we apply for. I'll apply for as many as I can have time for, truthfully. Yes, so a grant for us for social worker? Is that what that one means? If it does, we don't have a social worker. That's, I guess, when my cousin started it, she didn't, I guess, want to be the case man. She didn't want to have that model. So we're essentially the bank providing those items to the social workers who are already doing an amazing job in direct services. So we do not have a social worker. Do we act like one sometimes? Absolutely. If we have moms that call in or stop by or grandparents, sure, we're going to kind of try to dive in and help them and connect them and meet them where they are. So yeah, we don't have any. You're welcome. That. So it's basically case managers. They're ordering through a jot form. So we do use jot forms and love jot forms. And we've been trying to perfect that in collecting data and demographics for those grants and whatnot. Yes. So Macy, sometimes they do let you write in, a little portion of a position. So if you ever see those, I'm jumping on those all day long. Anybody that will cover costs of things, because if you don't have a building, you don't have, there's nowhere for staff. There's no way to collect stuff. And I think people don't quite understand that. So in getting a new building, I always want to let people know that, we got a foundation who supported us so that we could make that move. We're not just rolling in billions of dollars here. It is, it's hard. It really is hard every day. For all nonprofits, I'd say, minus probably your government funded ones. But you gotta pay for people. You gotta keep lights on. And I'm excited to move because I know that will help us grow, but it's also nerve-wracking because, you got a lease for 7 years. You got to pay this amount each year for that. And all your bills are going to go up. So it's a blessing, but it's also a little bit scary. The hardest cost to cover would be, people don't really do rent. Occasionally we've got a grant with the National Diaper Bank Network, who understands, because they work with all the diaper banks across the United States, that we need things in our building. We need some extra shelving. We need a pallet jack. We need a forklift. So they do allow us to do that once a year. So I would say that. And then staff, covering it, making sure your staff's being paid well, so you have quality staff, making sure that they feel valued. Again, that's another thing I'm trying to learn and juggle, is different personalities, and making sure that I am letting them know how appreciative I am of them. It's just so many things to learn every day. So y'all are helpful, so helpful to me. Just seeing these things, and I hope just things that I say will be helpful to you.
Workers do you work with roughly?
Pardon?
How many caseworkers would you say are doing things with your organization?
Oh goodness, that's a hard one. At least 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, there's a lot of turnover. So the way we keep up with that now, before it was, hey, I would get an MOU if you guys wanted to be my partner, I'd share with you what we did, and then I would give you an MOU, memorandum of understanding, and you would review it. It's very simple. And then you would send that back to me. Now I've got Courtney who's on staff, and she is actually taken that over. And so she can now every year do kind of a one pager, like who's new, who's, so that we can keep contact with somebody who is an executive director or something who would be able to fill out those surveys at the end of the year, or answer questions. So that's a full-time job, just managing those partner agencies and keeping up with where they're at, if they're filling out the documents and if they're ordering. We don't want to have 75 agencies that are partners, but they're not making an order but once a year, So we really want to make sure we look and see that we're giving that space to people who really do need it.
Thank you. That answered a lot for me on my end.
We do have a LinkedIn page. Yeah. And I have somebody who's a friend, that's connected through our Bloom Bash. She actually does social media. So she has taken over that for me. So, I never thought that I would have somebody doing that. But I literally can't, like, I can hardly even look at it. So I love when I can look at it. But yes, she does LinkedIn. And I try to get on there and share it and stuff. So, I'm open to any ways to connect, and I probably should get on there. I mean, on Instagram is easier for me. I'll pop on there and try to look at other diaper bank pages, and like follow them and whatnot. But, like, yeah, I think LinkedIn, it would be valuable for me to get on and connect to, other diaper banks, other, your Costco's, all those people, because then they see what you're doing. So that would be good. Participant surveys. What are a couple of questions you'd want to ask? What other data would you want to collect? So participants as in, families? Is that what? Families that we serve?
Yeah, families that come to receive items from you all.
So we do have a survey, and if I didn't send that to you guys, I will send that to you. So we do always ask, what's your number one unmet need besides diapers, or period products? It's hard to get these surveys. Also, I've realized, if I'm going to do a diaper distribution, it's really hard for me to interact with these clients and love on them and make them feel welcome while also having a survey. So anytime we can take 2 or 3 people, to a diaper distribution, which we just don't have the manpower, it is awesome. It's really awesome. And that's when we get that data. We've had, and maybe y'all can help on that, on our survey, we have had some Hispanic families that I think that the barrier, even though we've translated it, they can't even read it still. They have, they can't read it at all. And I never really thought, oh, okay, they can't even read in Spanish. So I don't know. I don't know how we do that. We take it and turn it into pictures, for
Can you
people.
send over the survey in Spanish as well?
Yeah.
I have a few friends that are fluent, and I would love to get their opinion on that
Yeah.
and
So it was like,
suggestions.
I was at this one, and there was a girl reading it to her in Spanish. Well, she was asking her the questions because she couldn't read. So I asked her how can I help her more, understand this? I don't want her to feel, less than. And so, she was like, maybe pictures or something. So I'll send that over to you guys. Yeah, audio surveys. I've never thought of that or seen that. but that would be cool. And I've used Google Translate. You know, if somebody comes in and I cannot, get it out of my mouth, we will Google Translate back and forth. UT has program for volunteering. I wonder if that's the thing. Yeah, a lot of people. So we do some distributions on the weekends, and people don't really love that. We work with LMU a lot. Their DO program, they're in all throughout the week, just consistently coming. But yeah, we would love to take students or more interns that are there. We're even looking at a volunteer position for the front door, now because the building is so huge. There's like 6 different entrances. We're gonna push people through one, but it's so big, everybody's gonna be everywhere. So we're looking at that. Sororities. We will sign up for different events. We do occasionally get sororities. We have a fraternity. It's not an actual fraternity, but a fraternity program coming. A big group. Translating services. I'll ask which one. Great. Yeah, I wish I could just speak Spanish, guys. Yeah. Apex opportunity. Tell me what Apex opportunity. Sorry if that's a dumb question.
No, so Apex is it's kind of like an internship that we all have to do in order to graduate. It's applied practical experience, right? So a lot of
Yes.
us take grant writing. So while you were talking, I was like, wow, this would be a really great opportunity to put our grant working skills to test, grant writing, sorry, skills to
Yes.
test. But I was also thinking about other internship opportunities, maybe for like the marketing program at UT, the social media business development, like MBA programs, their internships, and just kind of getting the word out there, throughout the university.
Yeah, we have an intern now, but their program is 120 hours.
I
So
think that's what ours might be, 240. Don't quote me on that.
it's difficult. She'll come every Friday. So I feel like there's a lot missed because you don't get a lot of time with them,
A
if
lot
that
of
makes
our
sense.
apexes are actually online as well,
Yeah,
if that would make
yeah,
any sense. Like, I think that the grant writing, at least, and the
that would
marketing
work.
and social media would be really easy to do online.
Yes, you're right. Very right. And I'm totally open to that. But this girl is local, and you're like, I mean, my internship I was there, buddy, and when they wanted me there, I was there. I was there at nighttime, whenever they wanted me to, and so this is a whole new world. So me being able to serve you all better and teach you more. I'm a hands-on person, so I'm learning how to do this, and but yeah, I think grant writing, that would be excellent. You're right, marketing. We did get a presentation from a marketing class one time. So I'm all about connecting with the university and teachers and students. I love it, and
I
I think
think
that's
UT
how.
also has a job fair, and I think that'd be an interesting opportunity for students to
Mhm,
like have
mhm,
a booth maybe, and even if they're not interested in working, at least volunteering.
mhm. Yeah, y'all, I'm totally open to all this stuff. Um, Apex coordinator list, yes. Local businesses, yes, y'all. We do. We're starting to get more and more in that space. Is it? We have people that want to have groups of 30, and we just kind of fit them in our space. So, you really have to serve people well, and it's like customer service almost, truly, your volunteers. You have to give them this great experience. Your place, how it looks. You're really selling to them almost. But also your staff and your heart. And I think that makes a huge difference. So luckily I've got some great staff, and they see their passion and kindness come through also. So that's important. But we do have some businesses that keep coming back each year and want to come over and over. And so with this new move, it'll be interesting just to see how we keep 40 people busy at one time. So, yeah.
Along the lines of that question, I was also thinking, when you have baseball teams or when you have like our school buses have, this is supported by this business. You have families and children coming in, and you have a lot of local places that sell food and daycare centers and churches and cultural centers. And if you had a way to bring them in, their name could be put, I don't know, around your area or at the distributions and stuff for a monthly amount. And the people that you're serving are receiving, a lot of them are poverty lines, socioeconomic struggles, but they are receiving aid in different areas. Cultural centers are free, churches are free, daycare centers receive the certificate program. So, and childcare centers and food, a lot of people get WIC and EBT. So if you look at the different groups that are going to want to help these people, but also do business, because at the end of the day, business is money. So you want to be able to take care of your people and give them every opportunity available. But if you can somehow match these people together with the different organizations, but ask them, can you help support these? Then you can get a poster or a pamphlet or something that says, these are all the people that make this happen. Visit them. They're more than happy to make you a part of their family.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've always thought, oh, well, Nate, if somebody wants to sponsor a room, one of our rooms there, or we've been working to do when writing grants now, just more intentional of writing them to say, okay, you're going to support this many distributions, 4 distributions for this much money, that's how much you're supporting. And then we're about to write the period of poverty one. And so we're breaking those down by cost as well. So, yeah.
Well, we're at 8 o'clock right now. So does anyone have any other questions or tests? Is there something that you would like to see us do the remaining half of the semester that we haven't addressed yet?
I would like if I could just look at the presentation and like digest it,
Absolutely.
even show my staff so that they can look at it also and say, oh my gosh, this, would be great. You guys are awesome. I mean, really, just thankful for the opportunity.
Thank you,
Even
Tess.
though
I'm really proud of you
Yeah.
all too. And they're on spring break next week, so I'll get that to you now. And they can take a week
Yeah.
off. And if you
Yes.
want to take the next week or two to look over it and send some stuff my way, and then I can give it to them the following week to get busy again. So
Got it. Yeah, y'all enjoy your break. I'll be at work packing.
yeah. So if you're local and want to help pack, you know where to
Oh,
go.
bless. Don't do it. I wouldn't volunteer to do it.
Well, thank you so much. I will send you the PowerPoint presentation right
Thank
after I
you.
end this meeting. And also that is one thing, when would be a good time to get on your calendar for a final presentation? That is something I would like to do. I have you in all of our students. I think our last
Is May 2nd?
May 2nd works for you?
Yeah, I think, you had presented that, so that will be fine.
Okay, all right, we'll do May 2nd then. So we'll see you then in 2 months.
Yeah, y'all shoot over any questions you have or think of. Truly, I love to answer.
All right, thank you so much, Tess. Have a good evening.
Thanks y'all so much.
Yep, see you
See
later.
ya.
Bye, everyone. Thank you. I think the only thing, well done, everyone. Super impressed. I think that went really good. Any comments that you want to make while she's not here, or you like?
I
Let
just
me
wanted to
know.
let you know that I already emailed you the notes from tonight. I think that is Tess actually gone. Okay. I just wanted to see if what your thoughts would be, and I put this in the notes as well, but like a leadership grant for her to go through some kind of leadership training, like business, like more business management focused, maybe delegating, team building, teamwork exercises, because, you know, the look on her face when she was like, there's so many people and there's just, you know, a couple of us who are delegating, she's stressed out. So
Yeah.
maybe I hate to say like a leadership course, like in the Girl Scouts or something, but I think that some kind of team building opportunity, a lot of those are funded by, you know, federal grants. So I think that would be a really big win if we could secure one of those.
Cool, great idea. I agree with that as well. Oh, Amber, is this so we can share it with Tess? Like, perfect. I forgot of that. I was thinking I had slides at the end, so I'll email that to her. Any other comments, questions before I release you all for spring break? All right, shoot me an email. Of course, you know, I'll be on it this next week, but otherwise take some time off if you need it. Really proud of what you did, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Doc.